The skyscrapers that touch the sky, the roads that stretch infinitely, and the concrete jungles that expand ceaselessly are all testaments to our human-centric approach to urban design. Although this approach has its benefits, it overlooks the important balance of the natural world. It is becoming clear this imbalance is posing risks to not only the environment but our well-being. To address these challenges, a paradigm shift towards ecological design is essential. As cities expand and evolve, the importance of integrating open spaces into urban settings becomes increasingly clear. Open spaces are not just luxuries, they are essential components of ecological design, offering numerous benefits that extend far beyond aesthetics. Open spaces in urban areas such as parks, gardens, green roofs, and natural reserves serve as vital ecological havens. They act as the lungs of our cities, providing cleaner air, mitigating heat island effects, and offering sanctuaries for both wildlife and humans. Ecological design requires a thoughtful integration of open spaces with built environments, adapting to the unique characteristics of each urban setting. In densely populated cities, it may be necessary to creatively incorporate green rooftops, vertical gardens, and pocket parks to maximize the limited space available. Conversely, in suburban or rural areas, larger expansions of natural landscapes, community gardens, and wildlife corridors can be more seamlessly woven into the urban fabric. The percentage of open space to built form will vary based on the specific needs and constraints of each location. We seek to create a set of guidelines and strategies for designers and cities to follow to create a harmonious integration between built form and the surrounding environment with a focus on open space. There is a 3-scale approach to ecological open space design. The first is at a large scale, incorporating cities or regions where there is an importance of growth boundaries in specified zones with no development. The second is medium scale, which includes neighborhoods where we can begin to explore the creation of mixed open spaces such as community gardens and pocket parks. It is in this scale we begin to explore and suggest different percentages of open space based on geographic and demographic needs. The third is small scale, which focuses on the individual site. Here we can detail specific strategies like green roofs and integrating greenery within architectural designs. We will focus on medium scale open spaces in urban neighborhoods. By exploring medium-scale open spaces, we can experiment with various percentages to develop interconnected green corridors. For instance, we could see 40% open space within community gardens. Maybe there is a 10% open space in a pocket park. Residential houses could have a required 20% open space with surrounding areas designated with 40% for urban forests and ponds to enhance biodiversity and improve air quality. These different open space percentages can collectively contribute to a vibrant and sustainable urban environment.
In dense urban areas which aren't designed with open space, native species of plants and animals are displaced and often disappear completely. The absence of keystone species and native plants is extremely detrimental to the local ecosystem. Native plants, which have evolved and adapted to the local environment, serve many crucial functions, including absorbing water runoff, filtering out water pollutants, air filtration, as well as providing food and habitat for native animal species. The various animal species in the ecosystem fill their own ecological roles, including pollinating the plants and stabilizing the ecological energy flows, where primary consumers feed on native plants, managing and controlling their spread, and prey animal populations are maintained and controlled by their natural predators, preventing overpopulation of any one species. Ecological design must provide space that supports native species in order to protect the local ecosystem. Open space should be designed to cater to native animals by including a variety of terrain and habitat types, with enough space to support existing populations of animals. Open space that is sparsely planted and with no variation in terrain or habitat will not foster the biodiversity required for a healthy ecosystem. Open space should also implement native plant species which are more effective than other non-native vegetation at providing for animals' needs as well as managing natural flows such as stormwater. These things must be done in order to strengthen and support the existing ecology and to create an environmentally sustainable design that leverages the natural forces that are already in place.
Building strategies within the urban fabric are extremely important within the context of ecological design. It allows for both the built environment and natural environment to coexist in a setting where they typically don't coexist, especially in large cities. With that being said, Ecological design promotes sustainable principles within the urban fabric, and when executed properly, it can encourage both green infrastructure and native species to thrive in an urban setting. As we continue to progress in architectural design and urban planning, we must be mindful of the current conditions of our urban fabric in order to help us understand where we can maximize our efforts in becoming more ecological in our approach. In the past, urban planners and architects alike were not conscious of their decisions, leading to urban areas to become the concrete jungles as we know them today. This imbalance within the urban fabric promotes traffic congestion and makes cities less desirable to live in due to the lack of connections to nature. Following a simple 3-step process, we believe that it will allow for urban areas to be designed in such a way that the environment has a positive impact on humans, plants, and native species, allowing for all of them to thrive in an urban setting. This framework that we are proposing involves 3 steps. The first being investigation, finding the issues that are present and addressing them in a manner that is ecological. Second, evaluate. Based on the research conducted, start to hypothesize solutions in order to create harmony between the built environment and natural environment. And finally, design. Take those ideas and put them into action to create real change in finding a solution. This can range from open spaces like parks, green roofs, ponds, and trails, which not only benefits natural species, but also encourages the residents within the city to be active in the environment surrounding them, not just outside an urban area, but within it.
With our focus on medium-scale open spaces, we can conclude that these large amounts of open space can help protect biodiversity, enhance the quality of life for humans and non-human species, and increase plant and wildlife diversity. By researching and understanding the impacts that different percentages of open space have on ecosystems, we can devise strategies to build better and more sustainable ecosystems in urban settings. For medium-scale open spaces, analyzing the existing area is crucial. GIS mapping can identify current open areas and potential future ones. Techniques like capture mark recapture can estimate animal populations, while camera trap distance sampling can reveal animal habitat patterns, aiding in the planning of future open spaces. Additionally, assessing ecosystem health is essential. Species such as frogs and toads, which are highly sensitive to pollution, serve as critical indicators for environmental health. As we look towards the future, it's clear that incorporating open spaces is not just beneficial, it's essential for true ecological design. Shifting our focus to ecological design means creating spaces that support and enhance the natural world. It's time to rethink our relationship with nature and recognize that our well-being is inherently linked to the health of the ecosystems around us.